Great. So welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. Today I wanted to talk just briefly about the gunas, which are the three main qualities that make up the universe. The first is rajas, which is activity. The next is sattva, which is harmony. And the third is tamas, which is inertia. And so in this time where we now have a huge disruption to our day-to-day routines, some of us are feeling quite active and inspired and feeling really busy, reorganizing rooms and working out and picking up projects. And then there are those of us who are perhaps feeling quite dull and lethargic and unmotivated, and we really just don't want to do a whole lot. And then there's the middle path, which is what the yogi strives for, which is sattva. Sattva is the quality of clarity, illumination, equanimity, and harmony. And so it's kind of that Goldilocks where not too little, we don't want busyness for the sake of busyness or to go along to get along, but neither do we want to become just immobilized and dull. And so we're really striving for that middle path where we take right action, but we rest when it's needed. And we bring that quality of illumination that all of our thoughts, words, and actions be in harmony with our true self, our inner spirit. So I want to encourage you during these next few weeks, and especially during today's practice, to really move from a sense that it's because it's in line with your spirit, not just because you're going with emotions, not because you're expected to, and certainly not with force, but from a really kind, compassionate place that we're acting in harmony with not only ourselves, but also with all life on this planet. We're being asked right now to deeply listen how we can change our routines and habits so that we can live in a much more healthful, whole, harmonious way. So this will be a 40-minute practice today. That's the time limit for the Zoom account that I have. And I will be listening to one headphone just for a little bit of music. It makes me feel a touch less awkward teaching to an empty room. I miss you all so much. We'll start in child's pose today. So come down to your mat, take your knees wide, your big toes to touch, and then crawl your fingertips forward. Allow your forehead to rest on the mat. Start to let everything settle down. And start to become aware of your breath. Feel a grounding quality as you settle your weight down into the earth. We are always supported. Let each breath be slow, smooth, and steady. And with every exhale, let go of what it is you no longer want to carry. Soften out the edges between your inhales and your exhales. And start to feel your way into your body. So allow your senses to become wide open here. Let your hips get heavier toward your heels. Feel your low back start to open with your deep, easy breaths. And give yourself permission to let go of all striving, all planning and problem solving, and just be completely present in your body with each and every breath as we move. Keep your hips heavy to your heels. Start to walk your arms and upper body over to the left. Sorry, you can't see me too well here. And just take a nice big side stretch. Breathe into the right side ribs. There we go. Walk your hands back to center. Again, your hips stay rooted to the heels the whole time, so lower body is anchored. And then crawl your upper body over to the right. Let your forehead rest down. Huge breath in. Savor the breath out. Walk back up to center. And shift your hips forward. Come to tabletop position, resting on hands and knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And then as you inhale, we'll just alternate with cat-cow here. So inhales, drop the belly, lift the hips. And exhale, press into your hands, arch the back, draw your navel up and in. Inhale. Just move at your own pace. You might even close your eyes here. Again, listening, moving intuitively from the wisdom of your body rather than your thinking mind. And the beauty of practicing at home is there's really no influence from anyone else in the room, so you can make it yours. Wiggle in any way that you want. Take any pace that you want. Rest when you need. So feel the body open. Every inhale creates space. And every exhale helps you soften and let go. And to tabletop, turn your hands back around, your fingers back around to face you, and then just settle your weight back a little bit. Wake up the wrists, fingers, the forearms. Might add a very small, subtle sway side to side or forward and backward, feeling your way into it. And then turn top to the hands down, fingertips still face you, set your weight back again. Stay connected with your breath the entire time. Lastly, turn your palms down, fingers wide to the outer edges of your mat, and just take a gentle rock side to side. Turn your fingertips back forward. We'll move to thread the needle. So plant your right hand down, inhale your left arm up to the sky, spread across your wingspan, and exhale, thread your left hand underneath the right, settle your left cheek to the mat. Sway your hips over to the left and crawl the right arm forward to the top of your mat to open up the shoulder, the side body. And just take 2 or 3 breaths here. Notice where your inhale expands, where it gets stuck. All without judgment, but just with a sense of curiosity and openness. Bring your right hand back by your face, gently push into the mat. Inhale, stretch the left fingertips up tall. And exhale, come down to all fours. Plant your left hand down. Reach the right arm up overhead, stretch. And then exhale, thread your right hand underneath the left. Bring your right ear to the mat. Crawl your left fingertips forward, sway your hips over to the right. So really giving this opening here. Nowhere to be, nothing to do except enjoy this next breath in. Bring your left hand back by your face. Push into the mat. Reach up tall with your right fingertips. And exhale, come down to all fours. Walk your hands forward until you can come all the way down onto your belly. Flip the tops of your feet to the mat. It's a nice stretch for the ankles here. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Hug your elbows in toward your side body and then pull your elbows down toward your feet. Notice how that creates more space in my neck as the shoulders draw down away from the ears. Press the front of your pelvis, your hip bones down into the floor. Draw the tips of the shoulder blades together on an inhale, lift up into a baby cobra. We'll do this a few times. Exhale, lower down. So it's not about how high you go, it's about feeling the entire spine participate and the muscles on your back body engage. Inhale, lift. Lifting your navel up and in so you can keep your low back nice and long. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift up, draw the shoulder blades back and down. Reach your tailbone towards your feet. And exhale, lower down. Bring your hands wider to the outer edge of your mat. Come up onto your fingertips. On an inhale, one more time, lift to center. And exhale, drop your right shoulder down to the mat. Press into all 10 toes as you lift back up to center on an inhale. Exhale, lower your left shoulder down. Twice more each side. Inhale to center. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, open up. And exhale, release. Move with your breath, your pace. Final round. Back up to center one final time. Lower down to center. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Push up to all fours. Walk your hands forward of your shoulders just slightly. Spread your fingers wide. Curl your toes under. Lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. So again, just move intuitively here, however the body wants to. It can feel really nice to bend one knee, straighten the other. Feel those calves open up. Your hamstrings are super tight. Bend your knees deeply. And also let your heart soften back toward your thighs, so opening the shoulders here. And then when you're ready, come to a stillness here so that the mind can calm down. Try to reach your heels down toward the floor. If that causes you to round the back, keep the knees bent. Work on lifting your sitting bones up toward the sky. Big breath in. Big open mouth exhale. And then shift your gaze forward, walk your feet up to your hands at the top of your mat. Lift halfway, bring your hands to shins or thighs, draw navel to spine, try to flatten your back. And exhale, forward fold. Keep as much bend in the knees as you need here. Twice more, take the full inhale to arrive, get as long as you can from your tailbone to your crown of your head. And exhale, soften down, keep the front of your spine long. Let your belly reach toward your thighs. Last time, inhale, plant the feet down into the earth for as long as you can. Shoulder blades move on to the back. And exhale, soften down, fold, hang out here in ragdoll. So step your feet hip distance apart or maybe even wider. Bend your knees deeply and grab opposite elbows here. And just take a little sway side to side. Let any tension spill off your back. Shake your head, yes and no. See what you can let go of in your neck and shoulders. And then we'll find some sunflowers here. I love these. They're perfect for spring. They're perfect for this morning wake up practice. Let your sway get bigger. Reach up into the left. I'll mirror you. Come all the way to standing. Keep the arms crossed the whole time. Lift the chest. Whoops, can't really see me there. So I've got my arms over my head still. And then I'm going to fold back down. So stay, we're going to do the feet the whole time. 2 more times. Lift up and to the left. Shine the heart open and exhale back around to the right. Last time, inhale up. And exhale down. When you pause in your fold, next time reach up and to the right. Feel that stretch in the side body. Keep the arms overhead. And exhale, fold down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Synchronize your movement to your breath. It's how we come home to ourselves. It's how we listen to our spirit. We move with that sattvic quality. Last time. Inhale up. And exhale down. At the bottom of your exhale, perfect, you can see me. Toe heel your feet to hip distance apart if they're not there already. Plant your right hand down. Reach up with your left fingertips. So we bend the right knee, straighten the left, taking a twist here. Every time you inhale, reach up, stretch through the fingertips up toward the ceiling. And exhale, bring your left hand down, bend the left knee, straighten the right. Inhale, reach your right fingertips up overhead. Stay for your next breath in. Reach a little taller. And exhale, put your right hand down. Bring your hands to your hips, bend your knees, rise up, take as much time as you need here. See if I can adjust my camera so we can come more to a standing practice here. See what we can do. There we go. Hopefully that works. All right, so we're just going to take some sun salutations here. Come to the top of your mat. Bring your big toes to touch, heels are slightly apart. Reach your arms overhead. And we'll start off with a side bend. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Exhale, take a side bend over to the right. Inhale, back up to center, draw your navel up and in, plant through your feet. Switch the grip of your hands, grab your right wrist. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, up to center. Bring your arms into a cactus, bend the elbows, lift your sternum, draw the shoulder blades together, take a back bend. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Lower down to your knees, lower all the way down to your belly. You can take full chaturanga if you want here. I'll keep it nice and gentle. Inhale, lift up into cobra pose. Your choice if you add upward dog. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to hands and knees. Curl your toes under, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. One breath in. One breath out. Bend your knees. Step very gently, very quietly to the top of your mat. Inhale when you arrive, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, Samasthiti, equal standing pose. Bring your hands down to your heart. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. You might even keep your eyes closed here. Stay completely aware of your body as you move. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Lower the knees down, lower all the way down to your belly. Go to the tops of the feet. Inhale, cobra. Like a really fluid motion, soften the edges. Push up to hands and knees, curl the toes. Push back to downward facing dog. One full breath in, lengthen your tailbone. Exhale, let go. Bend your knees, come to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rise to standing. Stretch as tall as you can, hugging toward midline. Exhale, hands to heart. One final time. Inhale, arms open up. Exhale, fold. Feel your breath moving through your body. Inhale, lift. Let your hands step back, lower down. Inhale, lift your chest, shoulder blades draw together on the back. Exhale down. Stay connected the whole time. Inhale, lift back, downward facing dog. Full breath in. And a big breath out. Step your feet together. Inhale your right toes high. Bend your knee. Open up right hip on top of left, scorpion dog. Drop your right shoulder down to meet the left so your chest stays square to your mat. Open the ankle here. Might take the whole knee and thigh in some circles to open the hip joint. And then open up to that scorpion dog. Take a big breath in. And exhale, step down. Keep pressing the top of the mat away from you. We'll move to the other side. Inhale, left toes high. Bend your knee. Stack left hip on top of right. So you saw how my left shoulder lifted there as I looked at the camera. Instead, we want to keep left shoulder down. Keep the arms straight and strong, lifting through the armpits. Maybe you circle that right ankle here. Then take the knee and draw big circles. Feel the thigh move like easily in the hip socket. Open up to scorpion dog. Take a big breath in. And exhale, step down. Walk your feet up to meet the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, sit a little bit lower. Bring your hands to your heart, down to the floor, and then step the left toes back. Come into lunge. Then just rock back and forth into that front knee a couple times. See how the hips, the hamstrings are feeling. And then align the front knee over the front ankle. Drop your back knee down. Come onto the top of the back foot or float your arms up overhead. Let every motion you take find that sattva quality, ease, harmony, and equanimity. So a calm mind as you move. Really strongly lift the side waist, lift the fingertips. Relax your shoulders though. And then open your arms, cactus, take a back bend. Inhale, lift the fingertips. And exhale, straighten your front leg, lift your toes toward your face, come into half splits. So I'm rounded slightly. You want to instead straighten the spine here, lengthening from your navel and then from your chest and then from your head. So even if you don't get quite as far, you still get more benefit. So one more breath. And back into your front knee. Lay the left hand down, reach your right arm up high. Draw the right hip crease back, draw your right shoulder down away from your ear. You can circle the wrist here, or you can take the whole arm in some big circles. Feel the shoulder girdle open up. Align your wrist right over your shoulder, and then plant the right hand down. Curl the back toes under. Step back your right foot to the back of your mat, reach to downward facing dog. From here, step your left foot forward, drop your back knee down. And again, you can straighten and bend into the knee a couple times. Align front knee over the front ankle and float the arms up overhead. Come on to the top of your back foot. If you want to feel more stable, you can curl the toes under. Feel a nice opening in the hip flexor on the right side, the back leg here. If the ribs are splaying forward, draw them in a little bit. Keep the core engaged and lift upward. One more breath. And exhale, straighten the front leg. Bring your hands to the mat. Lift your toes toward your feet. Take a halfway lift first. Draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Find that straight spine. And then exhale, keep the length of your spine as you soften down. Morning practice is totally different than the evening, so pay attention to the time of day and how open you're feeling. There's no need to force anything. Honor where your body's at. You'll actually get to a deeper stance faster. Then back into your front knee, plant the right hand down, lift left fingertips up to the sky. On an inhale, lengthen from your tailbone through your head. And exhale, open up your chest toward the sky. Encircle your wrists. Can't really see it, but just spinning it around here. And then sort of like a big air guitar here. Take your whole arm in circles. Match the pace of your movement to the pace of your breath. Align your top wrist over your shoulder. And then bring the hand back down. Curl the back toes under. Step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. We'll take a little balancing series here. So I apologize, it's difficult to see, but that's okay. I can't see you either. So come onto your left toes. And we'll just take tree pose to start. Bring your right sole of your foot to rest on your inner thigh. I'm mirroring you here. Bring your hands together at your heart. Really ground down through the big toe of the standing foot. Hug the outer hip in line over the heel. Lift up through the chest and the crown of your head. See if you can widen that right knee a little more out to the side. Pull your tailbone down just slightly. It's not a tuck, but as if you had a big heavy tail that could help you balance. It's reaching down to the floor. 2 more breaths. The key is to really let go of the idea to be in a hurry and instead just find that little bit more at the end of every inhale. And actually stay for your exhale until you're completely empty. Good. Slowly set that foot down. Give yourself a little shake, a little wiggle. Check the time here. Perfect. Come onto your right foot. Ground through all 4 quarters of the feet. That means your big toe, your pinky toe, and the inner and outer heel. And then find somewhere to rest that left foot. If it's not all the way into the upper thigh, no problem. You can rest on the calf. You could even leave toes on the floor here. Just don't rest your foot on the knee joint. You don't want to cause pressure there. Widen your knee out to the side. Hug the standing hip in line over the heel. We want structure and strength here. But then bring the ease, the softness in through your breath. One more breath. Feel how it nourishes you, gives you strength. And exhale, in control, slowly step the foot down. Shake it out. Reach your arms overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant your hands, step the feet back, come onto your knees, and we'll take a seat here. So just a few minutes of a floor practice here. A couple deeper stretches. Bring your feet together, your knees wide, Baddha Konasana. And bring your heels in as close to the groin as you can. Take your peace fingers to hug around the big toes. Sit up a little taller. And just softly flat the knees here. Feel your hips open, the groin soften. On an inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, keep the length on the front of your spine as you fold down. Head is the last thing to follow. Try squeezing your upper thigh and your calf in towards each other. And imagine lengthening your knees to the corners of your mat rather than down to the floor. Every inhale lengthens your spine, draw your navel away from your hip. And exhale, perhaps you can soften down a little bit more. Stay one more breath. Come back up to center. Walk your legs wide. If you're not ready for this morning, you don't have to go super wide. You don't have to fold super far. You might even just stay seated. For me, this feels really good in my body. My knees are pointing straight up toward the sky. If they roll slightly in, that's fine too. So feel yourself grounded through both of your sitting bones, the bony part of your pelvis, and then slowly fold forward here. You don't have to go down very far. For me, I'm practicing in the morning, so my body's not totally open yet. And it's really about listening to yourself in every single of the moment, or every moment of the day. Letting yourself be fully who you are, not who you think you should be. And like all folds in our inhale, we lift and lengthen. And exhale, try to fold forward without rounding the spine. You don't want any strain behind the knees, so if that's the case, back off just a little bit. And notice what shifts breath by breath. Let every moment be dynamic and new. Lock your hands back towards you, come to a seat. Bring the feet together one more time, knees wide, one little flap here. And then, again, come down onto your back. Draw your knees in toward your chest. Bring your arms out to the side, drop knees over to the right. One full breath in here. And one breath out. And back up to center. You can always stay longer if you need. Drop over to the other side. Right shoulder stays heavy. And back up to center. Draw your knees in toward your chest. Give yourself a big hug, tight squeeze. Feel that compression in the hip joint. And then release when you're ready. Take a few moments to rest in child's pose. Get the full space of your mat, let your toes splay wide. Rest your arms by your side, palms facing up. And maybe you tuck your shoulders underneath you ever so softly so the heart gently lifts. Take one more deep breath in. And a slow, steady breath out. Just enjoy a few breaths of the stillness, the quiet before starting your day. And that calm groundedness within yourself. Let your entire body relax from your head down to your toes. Feel tension dissolve, release down into the earth beneath you. Please stay longer, enjoy this space as long as you need. I'm going to slowly roll over to one side and press myself back up to a seat. Thank you all so much for sharing your practice with me today. Know that you can always set the pace of your life and that you really owe it to yourself to move in a way that feels good to you, to cultivate that happiness based on what you need and not what's expected of you. May every thought, word, and action as we continue our day be for the greater good of our highest self and for all living beings on this planet. May we all live in harmony. Namaste. Thank you. I appreciate all of you, and I hope to see you soon.